Okay, so this data engineering fundamental we have seen yesterday, and then this learning part and mental model, transaction analytics, movement, storage, intelligence. This is what we have to do in data engineering, and intelligence part is your AI engineering. Then OLTP, online transaction processing, OLAP, online analytical processing. OLTP examples: banking transaction system, ERP, CRM, e-commerce, and online analytical processing, or revenue by region, channel analysis, monthly KPI, cohort analysis, where we have to do analysis of the data set. Transaction is that, debit and credit is a transaction. So that is what the buying one product online transaction. But analyzing the number of transactions being done is OLAP. Okay. Very important, as we have already started discussing, batch processing and streaming processing. Batch processing is that we have to upload the data, or we have to store the data and then process it and then analyze it. But in the case of streaming processing, the data is processed continuously as events arrive rather than waiting for a full batch. Best when decision must react in seconds or near real time. Decision has to be done online. It should give the output immediately. Requires handling out of order events, retries, windowing, and exactly at least one semantics. So it is all online activities that we need to do for every processing, like out of order events and the entries that we are doing it, windowing, how what we are viewing, and exactly last one semantics, that what kind of transactions being done online, all those to be handled carefully online. Typical outputs are alerts, fraud checks, personalizations, and live dashboard. Suppose we have IoT systems connected in agriculture, and then we will be getting minute to minute details. What is the temperature? What is the soil condition? What is the rain condition? What is the humidity and all that? So you get data immediately, and monitoring any industry or manufacturing processes. So all those data is streaming and online notifications are coming, so that we need to handle it. How to do that we'll see later. This is difference between the batch and streaming, and this is very, very important. Now once you are going for data, where data is storing, I have stored my data in cloud storage data, and I have uploaded text file, Excel file, and all that. But data lake and data warehouse, it's something different from the normal storage location where we are storing raw data. Data lake stores raw and lightly processed data in many formats. This is what I told you, they want many formats. Why they're using formats? Because data lake is the platform created where your various format files and logs, images, JSON, Parquet, and more formats can also be stored and can also be analyzed. And analyzing the data uh, from your Google normal storage location will be difficult. That's why a specific platform of data storage is called data lake, and can be handled with various kind of files that we are going to process in many formats, because that is the beauty of data lake. That is what we'll see, that how it is. You won't be able to see the format, but that is the provision given by the all cloud computing platforms. Keeps data close to original form for broad reuse by engineering, science, and ML teams. It has got its own mechanism to maintain and give that provision for engineering, science, and ML team. Cheaper and flexible for scale, but governance and discoverability must be actively designed. This is the data lake provision. Strong fit for landing zones, archives, experimentation, and multi-engine processing. This is what the data lake. And if we are going for data engineering, data lake will be used extensively. For other case, data warehouse is something different from data lake. Data warehouse will have its own format. Data was mainly for your queries, SQL queries. May not be analytical, but once you query that, you'll get all the details. You'll get the reports. Stores curated, modeled, query-ready data optimized for analytics and BI consumption. If you see this, if you see the pipeline, data lake will process it, then it will come to data warehouse for SQL query, which we will see that data lake. Say, let us say you see that your storage location, and from data lake, suppose I am bringing that data to data pro cluster, which we will study now, and from data pro cluster I am taking that to warehouse for querying it. And then after that warehouse, I can take that to analytics purposes. I can take that to BigQuery, or I can take that to BI consumption. BI means business intelligence. I can take to Tableau, I can take to Power BI, I can take to Google Looker for graphical analysis of my analysis or analytical data output. This is very important concept you have to keep in your mind, and I give more priority to this being a data engineer. And this technicality you should understand more and more. If you know this, you can challenge in any interview, and hmm, you can also no, what do you call it? Please your interviewers that this is a technicality, she or he is aware of it. Emphasize schema. You know schema? What do you mean by schema? What do you mean by schema? Both of you? Yes? Are you there? Both of you? Not there?
Hello.
Are you there, both of you?
Yeah,
What do you mean by schema?
it's like a blueprint of a database, like tables and all.
Yeah,
Basic structure.
attributes,
Yeah.
structure. What are the columns? What is the rows? What is the name? And how the schema is there? The quality and consistency, metrics definitions, and fast SQL access can be done with the warehouse. That is what we get different platform. Usually powers dashboards, KPI reporting, self-service analytics, and governed sharing. Strong fit for trusted analytical data products and enterprise reporting. We see this how things are happening in both the cases, data lake and data warehouse. Example of data lake is cloud storage with Parquet. See, it is not giving only cloud storage. It's saying cloud storage with Parquet format of your data will work as a data lake. The images, clickstream logs, documents, and all that will be the example of data lake. And data warehouse, your BigQuery table is your warehouse where we can query that using SQL. Sales, marketing, and operation reporting can also be done from your data set if it is there in warehouse, which we call SQL endpoint. That we'll see once we go there. Why GCP for data engineering? Because it has got managed service fast, open source friendliness, strong event ingestion, unified batch streaming, warehouse plus lakehouse path. AI is close to the data. So this is what GCP is made for. So core GCP service map, how we are going to arrive or to land at the end is that event will be done by pubs of platform, event bus for decoupled producers and consumers. We'll see that how data is ingested and through PubSub, and from PubSub it will go to the cloud storage and store in the cloud storage for raw files, logs, and data and lake data. And from there, it will go to data proc or data flow. Data flow is the pipeline. Data proc is the platform where our Hadoop and Spark clusters are there for processing, data processing, distributed data processing. This is distributed data processing is that it will work parallelly. It will distribute and make it small chunks and then process it. That is the quality of Spark and Hadoop. Hadoop is for that only. Once it processes, then we'll go for analyze. For analysis, we'll use the BigQuery. And then once the analysis is over, then we can go for big table and we'll be using AI platform. This is what we are going to learn. If you know this much, then you are perfect to start your data engineering career. And very easy, this thing is not so tough. Once you get into the process one by one, simple process I'm trying to do. I'm not going to demonstrate very big things, but small things will start and then we'll see how we are ending up with some good project. Storage, processing, and analytics, the first three services to master. Cloud storage we have already seen. Today we'll start Dataproc. Then BigQuery also will start tomorrow. What do you mean by this pipeline messaging service and all? Before that, we need to know what is the pipeline, how the data is flowing, why this data is flowing. Manage Apache Beam for batch and streaming ETL. Data flow, once you are getting data from your application layer, and data flow platform will give the Apache Beam for batch and streaming ETL. Okay. ETL means what? ETL means
Extract, transform,
extract, transform,
the
and
load.
load. Okay. Or extract, load, and transform. So either way, you can do this. Event processing and transformation pipelines. If you need to have some kind of processing and transformation of your data, then you can do this in data flow platform. Next is your PubSub, another platform, asynchronous messaging layer that decouples produces from consumers and supports scalable event distribution. I want to say that the moment I get data in my storage, then my query should automatically start and give me the result key what is the sales. That is how one small example of PubSub platform that will be also doing it. Big table is no SQL again, wide column store for high throughput, low latency, operational and personalization workload. It's for very big data, data, millions of rows and columns, and we'll be using big table. Very expensive, but we'll see that. And then Vertex AI Cloud ML concept, but we'll not use Vertex AI, but you will be using APIs for this manage ML lifecycle concept. But I will take you through Vertex AI how, because that is the development platform. Vertex AI is for development of agent and then LLM and then go for agentic AI processing and all those things. But Vertex is also providing AI ML processing, ML also, auto ML also it has got for this, but we will be using the APIs initially to see this concept of GCP data preparation, training, tuning, deployment, embeddings, and inference close to data asset. What do you mean by embedding? Who can tell me? If you can tell, then you are pass. If you are not able to say, then you are great, so that you can learn today. What do you mean by embeddings? Nowadays, everywhere this talk is going on embedding, embedding, embedding. LLM model. Do you know LLM model? Text LLM model and embedding LLM model. Yes or no? Are you all aware of this or not?
No, sir, not aware.
Not? Okay. Hmm. See, you know LLM, hmm? Large language model, which the chat gpt, how chat gpt is using because of that LLM model, because it's got trained model, and because of that only you are able to access chat gpt. Whatever you ask, it is trained in such a way that it will answer your question. So embedding is a process of transforming or or converting your raw data. It may be text, image from your internet into some format of numbers, or we call it the process of vectorization, a specific process of vectorization, which will convert into some kind of numerical numbers for better processing, is called embedding in case of AI ML things. How we are scrapping. Scrapping means retrieving the data from cloud. Once you get the data from cloud, it will get into embedding process. Then only the LLM will interact with and then give you the text messages. We'll see that. For that, I came across, so I thought of clarifying this. Now we are going to start Dataproc. Dataproc is the platform where Hadoop and Spark is a main backbone of your data engineering in GCP, where your Hadoop and Spark platform is there for your batch processing, streaming processing, or you can say distributed computing system for large data set. Is the overall Google Cloud Service for running managed open source data processing frameworks, especially Apache Spark and Apache Hadoop. Okay, these two are the platform. It is the broad product entry point. So when you open Datapro, you are entering the full service area where you can access clusters, batches, jobs, and related features. Use this option when you want to understand the complete Datapro product and explore. See, why I'm saying this, once we go to the GCP, we can see one option is Datapro. You can see another option is clusters, another is batches. What is the difference between? But Datapro is the master platform. In that only you have the Spark and Hadoop. But our work is not going to do directly right now in the Datapro. But Datapro, under Datapro, there is a cluster. We have to create the cluster, refer to the cluster-based Datapro model. Is a kind of model of Dataproc only, also called Dataproc on Compute Engine. In this option, you create and manage a Spark Hadoop cluster with master and worker nodes. Choose machine type, scale worker, and all that. So, cluster is a provision provided in Dataproc, which is a model, and we have to create a cluster in Dataproc, and then we process our data. Right, this is what the meaning of this. So manage a Spark Hadoop cluster with master and worker nodes. Choose machine type, scale worker, and run jobs on that. I'll explain all this. Don't worry for that. We have another provision is called batches. Is the console area used for serverless Spark workload in Datapro. Here you submit Spark batch jobs without creating or managing a cluster yourself. Google manages the infrastructure in the background. This is serverless, but it will be very expensive and you won't have any control on it. That's why we are not going to use the batches route right now, batches model of Dataproc, but we are going to use cluster based Dataproc model for data engineering. But both are there, but in GCP you will get three options: Dataproc, clusters, and batches. We'll understand this more right now, but these three words are there. Cluster is the a model on the top of Datapro, which will allow us to create the cluster to manage the Spark Hadoop cluster for the data set with master and worker nodes. This is very, very important aspect of it. Okay, so let me uh, explain you this because this is what we need to. Okay, you create and manage a Spark Hadoop cluster with master and worker nodes. Okay, choose choose machine type, machine type, machine type. All right. Okay, choose the machine type, scale workers, and run jobs on that cluster. What do you mean by this? You have to understand this, then only you can go forward. Otherwise, it will be very difficult. Create and manage a Spark Hadoop cluster with master and worker nodes. Choose machine types, scale workers, and run jobs on that cluster. Do you have any idea onto it? Yes. Do you have any idea onto it?
No.
No? Okay. Okay. I will tell you now. See, now we are in, this is very important. You all should understand. This is what the data pro. Okay. This is the platform. In this platform, we have Apache, Hadoop, and we have Apache Spark. Okay. These are the two platforms created in this. Okay. For what? For these are the capable of going for distributed data processing. Even they are capable of processing large data set with very less time. Latency is very less. That is what the platform is. There is nothing. This is a platform. They will not do anything. They'll hold the data for processing. That is what the meaning of this. Once we are in this, we go for creating cluster. One cluster. Cluster means it's a place. We're creating a cluster in that Hadoop and Spark platform. This is the platform. Okay. And in that we are creating cluster. And this cluster is created on a compute engine. And in this compute engine, it will create VM instances. And these VM instances are of two types. One is master, another is node. What do you mean by this? Tell me now. Whatever you have understood it. Yes. Any idea on this? Then here is my storage location or my data is here. then I bring it to here for processing. And to process this, I use Hadoop, Spark, PySpark. I use Hive. I use I use mm, SQL, Spark SQL. I use Pig. All that. These are the script languages. These are the script languages, or in case of SQL is a query to process this data on this platform. So what it is happening, I tell you, very interesting. It is creating one cluster for you. You may have different cluster 1, cluster 2, cluster 3, cluster 4, all that you can do. Okay. One area, one section. In that, there is one service in GCP which you can note down is compute engine. Okay, I will demonstrate it. Compute engine. So, compute engine is a place, a service in GCP where it will provision the systems, provision the processors, provision the memory, and the provision the processing capabilities to Hadoop and Spark to use the script and languages or queries to process my data. And the compute engine is a service, separate service. We have to enable this service separately. This is one API. This is also one API. We have to enable initially. Once you initialize this, your charges will start counting it. This is very expensive. Be careful. In last 4-5 days, I have already incurred 2000 rupees. Because this is what the big one. In that compute engine, in that you have to create VM instances. VM means what? Virtual machines. Virtual machines. That means you are creating hardware here. Software as a hardware. You creating servers. You are creating machines which will be created automatically by compute engine. In the case when you are creating cluster, these VM instances will be created. But this VM instances, one VM instances will work as a master. One master will be there always, but nodes may be many. And this is the strategy. This is what the system. This is what the processing architecture of Data Pro cluster. Once you create this, your compute engine and VM instances, and in that VM instances, you can get master and node, all that. I will take you through practically, then again we'll come back to here so that you will have clarity onto it, okay, before we go for next slide. I will take you through. You can also do simultaneously. In this, you can go to search, you can find data proc, you can type data proc. In data proc, you can see this is the data proc manage Apache Spark and Apache Hadoop. This is uh, uh, the base model of Dataproc that we are not going to use right now. Okay. You have the batch Dataproc model, which whatever we are going to do, everything will be managed by your GCP serverless, which is good, but we don't have any control onto it. Number of nodes, number of VM instances, all that will be taken care by GCP itself. But if we are going for cluster-based data probe, then we can do everything manually. We can have clarity on it, what exactly is happening. So you all can choose this clusters data probe, click onto it. The moment you click onto it, you will get one API enable. You write down the cluster, the data probe cluster. Are you getting cluster in that data probe? I can delete this. I can delete this. I'll create one new one. Okay. I can, yeah, I can delete this cluster. Are you in front of computer or not? Are you not
Yes.
there?
Yeah.
Huh? See, are you getting create cluster or cluster API? Yes or no? Are you able to open this or not? You are not in front of computer. Please let me know. I'm opening GCP in some other user account so that I can demonstrate you. I'm going to Dataproc. Okay, in Dataproc, I'm going to use the clusters. I'm clicking on clusters. The moment you click on cluster, the moment you click on the cluster, you'll get this area. Maybe the to API will be there, or you'll find this page. What is that you are able to see? Are you getting this? You have to answer me. This is very important. If you don't understand this, then whole data engineering will be useless for us. Even if it's required, then we'll repeat one, twice, thrice. Also, once this is done, all the rest of things will be very easy. Are you able to open this cluster in Dataproc? Yes or no, you tell me so that I'll proceed. Come on. I need some answer from you all. Yes?
Yeah. Checking, sir. Please wait.
Okay, tell me. You should interact with me so that please check it out. Tell me.
Sorry.
Silpa, what about you?
Yeah, I will do after this because yesterday I have not seen the recording also because I'm not feeling well. So I'm
Uh-huh.
on mute for now. So I'll check the recording and then I'll proceed the things.
Okay.
Shivananda, I'm getting the option to create cluster.
Yeah, that's great. So what you can do now, what we can do now, if you are getting this create, now I have two options. Whether I should do it, mm, do it in, see, now it is disconnected, so you can go to reconnect. You can reconnect so that it will reconnect to do Cloud Shell. Both you should keep it open all the time. Okay, this is very interesting, whether we are doing it or not. See, I'm in cloud. Okay, I have two options. Either you do it here or do it here. The problem of doing here is that and if you want to create the cluster, you don't know which service account it is taken, because as I already told you, I have to have service account created. And one service account is assigned to this, because without service account, we won't be able to execute this. I will tell you after this creation what we have to do. That's what I am bringing service account. So to enable this cluster data group, I need to have one service account, okay, which will be linked to this. Then I can come here and I can create cluster using GUI, or I can create using the Cloud Shell prompt or terminal. But we have also seen the compute engine. What do you mean by compute engine? That also we'll see here. Compute engine. You click and you click, right click, open in new tab, and you will get compute engine. But in your case, you'll get API, compute engine API. You enable that compute engine. Hamida, you can click on compute engine, and then it will ask you to enable the API. Enable the API. Are you able to do that?
Yeah, I'm checking.
Yeah. This is a very, very important part we're touching today. Don't miss it. Shilpa also, you hang on and try to understand. Don't miss this portion. This is very, very important for us. I will tell you what we need to do next, but later open the compute engine and enable that API. That is important for us.
Shivananda, I'm getting two options. First one, create instance, and another one, enable service health API.
Huh.
Enable service health API, right?
No, no, enable compute engine API, right?
Can I share my screen?
Yeah.
Mm, I can't share the screen as you are already sharing the screen.
1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. I'm clicking here, compute engine. Are you getting this page? Create instances, okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
and yes,
compute
exact this page.
API. I'll go compute engine API. You open compute engine API like this, compute engine API.
Let me open API.
These two we have to ensure, then only we can take it to the next level. Yeah, see,
Should
compute
we-
engine API is not enabled. Are you getting this? Compute
uh,
engine API.
I'm getting option for manage, try this API and API enabled.
That means you have already enabled it, right? Your compute engine API is already enabled, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. So if it is enabled, then then you must be getting this.
Yes, enable health service health
This is
API.
not required. This is not required. You are getting, okay.
Okay.
So this is the platform for your compute engine. Without compute engine API enabled, you won't be able to create the cluster. Because when you are creating cluster, it will ask the compute engine, I want to create my cluster, but please provide me the compute engine power and create some instances that I need to create some master and node for my processing. Master and node means one is teacher, another is student. In that way, the cluster will process your data. And for that, you need VM instances. You need VM instances means your virtual machines will be created. See, there are nothing. It's see manually you can create instance. Suppose you want to create one server here with Microsoft server, then you can create instance and then you can do. I'll show you how to create one instance before we go to uh, before we go to uh, data pro. It's very important right now to create instances, but in this case, in this study, remember, in this study of cluster, you don't need to create cluster here. The cloud cluster itself will create the instances here. But sometime you may face, or interviewer may ask you, how can you create one instance? So instance means it's a VM instance, virtual machine instance. You are going to create one machine. I beautifully you'll be able to see. I want to create one instance. Say suppose I want to create one instance here. Create instance. Okay. Then give the name of the instance that you want to give the server name, give name, in which region you want to create this. Again you go to your Asia Mumbai, select the Asia Mumbai zone. You can create A, B, C, or you can go A. You can use the Gemini for this, but I don't want this Gemini right now. Okay, this is for what purpose this machine that you are going to create. Is a general purpose, compute optimized, or memory optimized, or storage optimized. So different applications will demand this type of computing system. We'll go for general purpose system. In that general process system, what kind of machine that I'm going to use here? I'm going to I'm going to you see, these are the series, this is the description, these are the CPUs that you have to choose, and this is the memory. When you're buying a laptop, what you're seeing, what is the memory, what is the speed, what is the processing capacity, what is the storage location, all that you see. Similarly, when VM you are creating, you have to choose the processor. What processor? I'll go for this low cost day-to-day computing processing. If you want to go for high processing, is also here price and performance 2 to 128 virtual CPUs, and the pricing will be, see, this is 69 US dollar hourly. Hourly is 0.09 hourly. If I go for normal CPU, low cost CPU, click on this, then hourly is 0.4 hourly charges will be there. You can choose this so that your vCPU will be 0.25 to 32, and memory will be 1 to 128 GB. You will have a lot of options here. Okay. Then machine type, what kind of machine type you are going to use it here is that E2 medium, one CPU said 4 GB memory, E2 micro or E2 small. I can go for U2 small, E2 small, two virtual CPUs, because these are the options are coming under this. If I change this, this option will change. Okay. Then I'm choosing the CPU type, I'm choosing the memory 2 GB. Then provisioning model is a standard model. Okay. And then I can also see any advanced things which we'll see later. Migrate VNs instances options, yes, and all these are given. And after this, you go to the left, you choose what kind of operating system you want to attach. This is what the operating system license type is free, and type is new balance persistence, and instance is this, and the operating system is Linux Debian. Okay, it is there already. Okay, if you want to change, you can change. If you change, then you can choose even Microsoft, all that, whatever you want, you can choose, and everything will be there. You can choose. Are you getting this or not? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you try to create VM today only, so that you will have, then you have the data protection, how we are going to protect our backup plan or snapshot schedules or no backups. It's up to you to choose. Then networking. Uh, are you willing to allow the networking for this system? This machine allow HTTP traffic? Yes. Allow HTTPS traffic? Yes. Load balancer health check? Yes. Okay. So all this you can do networking, and in the networking card also it is given which card you want to by default. Its card will go by default. IP stack type IP4, let us stack. It can access the IP4 only, and primary internal IP4 address is ephemeral, means automatically it will choose if IP addresses are required for the system. And then network service tier is premium, or you can go to standard. And public DNS PTR record also, if you want to access this from outside, then enable. Will not do this now. Observability, what display by install OPS agent for monitoring, and this is otherwise not required. Security also allow default access, let it be there, uh, managed by whatever the default it is there, let that to be default. And advanced, don't worry for that. This advanced, use automatic selection, and let that to be done by GCP, etc. Metadata, all that are advanced things we'll see later. But this machine configuration, OS storage, and all that we have done it. Now I will go and create it. If I go, I'm creating it. That means my money started. My machine is now ready. The instance name is that I have created one system. I have created it manually, but when we go to Dataproc and the clusters, it will create the same thing automatically, which we'll see tomorrow. But in the meantime, you just access this cluster, don't do anything, just look at the menus and everything, and try to create instance. Silpa, you can also create this instance once you are feeling better, right? Or Silpa is sleeping, I think. Are you there, Silpa?
Yes, I'm there.
So are you getting it? How things are happening?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
try
yeah.
to do it once you are better. So I've
Yeah.
created, so I don't internal IP is given and external IP is given. So IP addresses, if you have given, then it will create pricing for this. Then we'll see tomorrow. SSH means if you want to access this server internally using terminal, then I can SSH, and then I can connect it. I can click here, and I can stop this instance also. If I don't want to use this, I can stop this. If I don't want, I can delete this. So stop means it will not work, and delete means it will remove. I will delete this now again. uh, Tomorrow we will create it once again. Okay, otherwise it will charge money to my account. So this is very important part of it, and you try to create instances, and the create
Sure.
instances is nothing but it's a VM instances, and VM instances is under compute engine, and compute engine, once it is enabled, then cluster will be created and VMs instance will be created. Then we'll process our data. This is
Okay.
very, very important for data engineering. Please remember, if you have doubt, ask me tomorrow and we'll take it once again.
Sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
And the same thing you can do it using command from here, which we'll see tomorrow. Okay? Any doubt, anything to clarify before we close?
Nothing, sir. We will check practical and we'll let you know
Practical.
tomorrow.
Okay, fine. Thank you so much. Good night.
Bye.
Take care.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Bye.
thanks. Good night.